Hey, I'm Josh Romero, here with your look at the full spectrum. We've got a lot to talk about this month. The future of mind control, green power in the Galapagos, and tiny robots that fly. First up, moving things with your mind. That's the idea behind the latest generation of prosthetic arms. Researchers at Johns Hopkins have developed the next generation of artificial limb, which boasts amazingly realistic capabilities.
They're trying to create a bionic arm that doesn't just move, but that allows feedback to the user.
The revolutionary mechanism, known as the Proto-2, enters a whole new realm of science, in that it is completely controlled by the user's brain. There are a couple of ways the Proto-2 can pick up the brain's signals. The most basic is through a specially constructed cap that monitors brainwaves.
They're going to have an electrode that actually goes into the brain, and then you would be able to control it exactly as if it was your own arm.
The Proto-2 can articulate 27 distinct movements. It also has 80 sensors to send signals back to the brain. These cutting-edge prosthetic arms aren't quite available yet, but there are some in clinical trials. Researchers hope a commercial version will be ready by 2010. In 1835, 26-year-old Charles Darwin visited the Galapagos Islands, and inspired by the diverse wildlife he found there, came away with his theory of evolution by natural selection. Today, it's that same wildlife that draws in tourists by the droves. Unfortunately, they come with an ecological cost.
All this human activity requires, of course, electricity to power the hotels and shops and restaurants.
Enter wind power. After 5 years of planning and red tape, an international team of engineers has brought wind power to paradise. In 2006, 3 massive wind turbines were placed on the main island of San Cristobal.
When there's a good wind, the turbines put out as much as 80% of the power demand.
Not only are they a better energy alternative to diesel, but they're also healthier for the local wildlife.
You don't want oil tankers coming to this paradise every month. So renewable energy is certainly the answer.
Experts say that this project alone will not completely solve the island's energy problems. For that, they say, local communities will need to take a more active part in the conservation process. But in the world of environmental technology, it's a step in the right direction. When it comes to animal flight, we usually don't give buzzing bugs the same respect as we give, soaring birds. But if you've ever tried to swat a fly, you know they're capable flyers. They can hover and change directions in the blink of an eye. Well, researchers at the Harvard Micro-Robotics Laboratory have been hard at work, developing a tiny robot that mimics the way that flies fly. Each minuscule machine has a wingspan of 3 centimeters and weighs just 60 milligrams. The prototype flaps its mechanical wings 120 times a second and can generate nearly twice its weight in thrust. That's almost on par with a real fly, which can attain lift forces 3 to 5 times its weight.
They're hoping that it's something that can go into hazardous environments, whether it's other planets, wandering around Mars, or whether we're talking about simply a collapsed building.
For now, the prototypes fly on a wire track connected to an external power source.
So they expect within the next 5 years to have sensors that are small enough, a battery that's just the best available technology but smaller, and then they're hoping to bring it to market in 10 years.
But the project's not without its critics, who raise concerns about the privacy implications. Think about it. A robotic insect? They'd make a pretty good spy. For more information on these stories, check out IEEE Spectrum Online or pick up a copy of the magazine. For the Full Spectrum, I'm Josh Romero.